The horrors of the day of resurrection, Al-Waqiah, the occurrence, is one of the names of the day of resurrection, because that day is real and will surely come. Allah the Exalted said in other ayat, "Then on that day shall the Waqiah occur." Allah the Exalted said, "There is not for its occurrence, kadhiba," means when He commands the day of resurrection to begin, none can stop it from happening or prevent it from beginning. Answer the call of your Lord before there comes from Allah a day which cannot be averted. A questioner asked concerning a torment about to occur upon the disbelievers which none can avert. 71:2. And on the day He will say, "Be." And it is. His word is the truth. His will be the dominion on the day when the trumpet will be blown, all-knower of the unseen and the seen. He is the all-wise, well-aware. As for the meaning of Kadhiba, Muhammad bin Ka'b said, "It will certainly occur," while Qatada said, "It shall not be discontinued, taken back, or aborted." At Tabari 23, Allah's statement, bringing low, exalting, indicates that Al-Waqiah lowers some people to the lowest parts of the fire, even if they had been mighty in this life. It also elevates others to the highest grades in the residence of eternal delight, even if they were weak in this life. This was said by Al-Hasan, Qatada, and others. At Tabari 23 verse 90. Al-Afi reported from Ibn Abbas, bringing low, exalting, "It made the near and the far hear it," while Ikrimah said, "It lowered, and thus those who were close heard it, and elevated, and thus those in the distance heard it." Ad-Dahak and Qatada said similarly. Allah said, "When the earth will be shaken with a terrible shake," meaning it is shaken and moved violently over all of its surface and through its depths. Ibn Abbas, Mujahid, Qatada, and others said about Allah's saying, "When the earth will be shaken with a terrible shake," it means violently shaken. At Tabari 23:91. Arabi bin Anas said, "The earth will be shaken with all that is in it, just as a sifter is shaken with its contents." This is like Allah saying, "When the earth is shaken with its earthquake." And, "O mankind, have taqwa of your Lord. Verily, the earthquake of the hour is a terrible thing." 22:1. Allah said, "And the mountains will be powdered to dust," meaning relentlessly pulverized. This was said by Ibn Abbas, Mujahid, Ikrimah, and Qatada, and others. At Tabari 23:92-92-3. Ibn Zayd said, "The mountains will become just like Allah described them, a heap of sand poured out." Allah is saying, so that they will become floating dust particles. Abu Ishaq narrated from Al-Harith from Ali, "It will become like the rising dust storm that soon fades away, leaving no trace of itself behind." Al-Afi reported from Ibn Abbas about Allah's saying, "So that they will become floating dust particles." At Tabari 23:94. It describes the rising embers from the fire when it is kindled, but when the embers land, they are extinguished quickly. Ikrimah said, "The floating dust particles that the wind scatters all around," while Qatada said, "Floating particles, like the dry parts of trees that the wind scatters all about." This ayah is similar to several other ayat that indicate that the mountains will be moved from their places, demolished and blown off their bases, becoming like carded wool on the day of resurrection. 3 categories of people on the day of resurrection. Allah's statement, "And you all will be in 3 groups." This means that people will be divided into 3 categories on the day of resurrection. Some will on the right of Allah's throne, and they are those who were brought forth from Adam's right side. This category will be given their books of records in their right hand, and will be taken to the right side. As Sudi explained, that they will comprise the majority of the residents of paradise. Another category is those who will be placed to the left of Allah's throne, and they are those who were brought forth from Adam's left side. This category will be given their books of records in their left hands and will be taken to the left side. They are the residents of the fire. May Allah save us from their actions. A third category is comprised of those who are the foremost and nearest before Allah. They are in a better grade and status and nearer to Allah than those on the right side. They are the chiefs of those on the right side, because they include the messengers, prophets, true believers, and martyrs. They are fewer than those on the right side. So Allah said, "So those on the right, how will be those on the right?" And those on the left, how will be those on the left? And those foremost will be foremost. Allah divides people into these three groups upon their death, as indicated by the end of this surah. Allah mentioned them in His statement as well. Then we gave the book as inheritance to such of our servants whom we chose. Then of them are some who wrong themselves, and of them are some who follow a middle course, and of them are some who are, by Allah's leave, foremost in good deeds. Muhammad bin Ka'b, Abu Hazra Yaqub bin Mujahid said that, and those foremost will be foremost, is about the prophets, peace be upon them. Al-Qurtubi 17:199, while As-Sudi said that they are the residents of the utmost highs, Ahl Iliyin, in paradise. The meaning of foremost is that they were foremost in performing the acts of righteousness, just as Allah commanded them, and march forth in the way to forgiveness from your Lord, and for paradise as wide as the heavens and the earth, 133, and race with one another in hastening towards forgiveness from your Lord, and paradise the width whereof is as the width of the heaven and the earth. Therefore, those who rush to obey Allah in this life, and are foremost in performing acts of righteousness, will be among the foremost believers honored in the hereafter. Verily, the reward is according to the kind of deed, and as one does, so he is judged. So Allah said, these will be the nearest to Allah, in the gardens of delight. The reward of the foremost in faith. Allah states that the foremost of the close believers are a multitude, a crowd among the earlier generations, and a few from the latter generations. There is a difference over the meaning of the first generations and the later generations. Some said that the former means earlier believing nations, while the later refers to this ummah. This was reported from Mujahid and Al-Hasan al-Basri in the collection of Ibn Abi Hatim, and this is the preference of Ibn Jarir. At Tabari 23:98, he considered it supported by the saying of Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him.